reason I'm here. I'm John's parole officer. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been invited. I wanted to show you how quick John Henry is on his feet. I don't know if you know this, but Brandon and Trey, where is? Oh, Trey, okay. Now, I don't know if you know that, but they were all in the hot tub the other night in their Speedos. And these guys are very technology savvy. John Henry, so-so. Okay, so all of a sudden, Trey is on his arm. He's punching on his arm. And Trey says, what are you doing? John Henry says, what are you doing? He says, well, I got a little computer on my arm. I'm messing with it here and doing it. John Henry's pretty impressed. Then Brandon, to be in the family, he puts his hand up to his ear. He starts talking. And John Henry says, what are you doing? He says, I'm calling. I can call anybody I want. I got a little phone inserted in my head. Well, John Henry's really impressed. So John Henry, they're in little Speedos, and they're Speedos. So John Henry gets up. You're all in the Speedos, by the way. So John Henry gets up and goes to the restroom. Well, he's coming back to those Speedos. He's got all this paper hanging out. And they said, John Henry, you got a lot of paper coming out. He said, I must be receiving a fax.
This on video. This has to go on video.
You're never going to be invited back. Say goodbye to them. Anyway, we're going to give you the old people's perspective over here. All this talk about love, and happiness, and anyway, we're not using that. But anyway, we want to welcome everyone here, and we want to thank you for coming. And we're here to celebrate Chelsea and John Henry's wedding and to wish them the best. But in addition, I guess we have Cinco de Mayo to think of. Someone never. When I first started thinking about Cinco de Mayo, I didn't even know what it was. I thought it was Independence of Mexico. But it's not. Okay, and I just looked this up. So facts are, we're celebrating the Battle of Pueblo. I had no idea where that is, but we're celebrating it. But that was where the Mexicans beat the, I keep saying Spanish, but it wasn't, it's the French. Okay, and there was that one battle, but there's a second battle. Okay, that second battle was, they lost. The Mexicans won the first, and they lost the second, but we're just looking for a reason to party. It's like celebrating a party for, forget party for Benedict Arnold's birthday. Same thing. So, anyway, thank you for coming. And first started thinking about what I was going to, I started imagining this, what I was going to say tonight. And what came to mind is the traditional storyline. Okay, the storyline goes something like, well, here we have this couple here. They are going through life, and they are looking forward to what's ahead. They have struggles, and they're going to have shortcomings, but they're going to have success too. So, but the thing is, they're going to live off love. So that's what counts. So, a few months ago, they were looking for a condominium or apartment. I meant to say apartment. So condominium is too expensive. Anyway, they were looking for an apartment, and they finally found a place, but it was a kind of a seedy neighborhood. It was a rough neighborhood, a little crime, but that didn't bother them. So when they walked up to the apartment, okay, they suddenly discovered there was no furniture. So what they decided to do was just make do, because after all, they're living on love. And so what they did is they brought in their sleeping bags, and put their sleeping bags on a cold floor. Okay, so anyway, that would do for a bed. Then they brought in their bean bags. That would suffice for a chair. Then they brought in, they needed something on the wall. So they brought in John Henry's art. That was his centerfolds from way back, but he loved his art. But they had dreams. I mean, they had short-term dreams and long-term dreams. And one of the short-term dreams was they were going to save enough money where eventually, maybe once a month, they could go out to a nice dinner someplace at a nice restaurant. If they saved even more money, maybe once every 3 months, they could go to a concert. But they had longer-term dreams. The longer-term dream was, well, someday they were going to buy a starter home. And then further down the road, they're going to start talking about a family. Well, you can forget about all this. Now this is gone. We're going to have to edit this storyline. So remember that neighborhood, that shady neighborhood they were in? Well, forget about that because John Henry and Chelsea are moving up to the east side. A luxury apartment in the sky. So, remember that story about bringing in their sleeping beds on the cold floor? Throw that out. Okay, remember the bean bags? Throw that out. Remember John Henry's art? Well, anyway. Those are fighting words for John Henry. Okay, so he's fond of that. Okay, in fact, every time he goes on a business trip, he packs up his art. He gets lonely on the road. So remember the longer term dream of that starter house? Forget about that. Now, talking about family, I think we're there. Okay, so anyway, I've never seen John Henry so happy as he is right now. Okay, and it's all because of you, Chelsea.
Oh.
And we love having you in the family. So, looking forward to a long journey together. Anyway, before we toast him, I want to just say that there are two stories I want to quickly say about John Henry.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, the first story I want to tell. This is that show and tell when John Henry was the first and second grade. Now, he had no inhibitions about what he said, and he was a storyteller. I mean, he would come up with these stories, and no one would believe him except his friends. I mean, they were glued to every word, that he said. Anyway, unknown to me, John Henry tells his first story, tells it to his group that he and his dad went on a camping trip. And when they went on the camping trip, they took their tent and they ate dinner. And then they got in the tent and it was pitch black out. So they went to sleep. In the middle of the night, all of a sudden they hear this big growling noise out there. There's going to be some big type of animal. The way that John Henry tells the story, it gets closer and closer and closer until finally there's a big claw that goes down the middle of the tent and tears the tent open. Anyway, Dad at this point, meaning me, jumps out of the tent, and Dad finds that we're being stalked by a bear. Okay, so what does he do? He jumps on the bear, and he puts a chokehold on the bear.
True story.
No, this is a true story. And the next one I tell is a true story. Okay, and so, anyway, I was struggling, the weight's going, I was struggling with the bear. Okay, until finally the bear gasps and starts coughing, and he runs away. Okay, well, that was just the beginning for me. because the story went viral. Okay, and all of a sudden, you know, I was being approached by some of my friends who were saying, "Ty, you are a hero." I didn't know that you could fight bears. You know. Anyway, that's the first story. The second story is
It's a real story.
and I told John Henry, never tell this to anybody. You know, but when you tell John Henry not to tell anybody, there's telephone, telegraph, and tell John Henry. Anyway, I'm gonna let your imagination, you know, go through the end of this. But John Henry and I had this little game. Okay, I would have my finger out like this, and I would say, "Pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull the trigger." You're gonna have to guess what came. Anyway, that one went even more viral, and for months on end, people I just casual acquaintances would come up to me and say, "Pull the trigger." Show and tell at school. That was it. Show and tell at school. So, anyway, I think it's time to go ahead and toast Chelsea to John Henry. Kindness, generosity, loyalty, great businessman, humility. That's enough about me. Anyway, this is the final. Chelsea and John Henry. Okay, we love having you in the family. We wish you the best. Love that Cash. His name is Cash. So you
Love that
give them
Cash.
and all the best. Here
Cash money.
Michael, you want to say something?
Kate showed up just in time for the party. I just wanted to say, I'm gonna try not to cry. Cindy, thank you for such a wonderful evening. Pam, Field Camp, thank you for all of your hard work. This is such a labor of love, and John Henry and I are very grateful. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah.
So, my mother-in-law, she's such a trooper. I'm just so glad you're here, and I'm so thankful to be in your family. Barrett and Jamie and the kids, thank y'all for welcoming me with open arms. Trey, I love you. Cannon, I can't wait for you to have a best friend. You're gonna love him. To all the friends of Cindy and John's, thank y'all for being here. Y'all threw us such an amazing fiesta, pre-fiesta. That was super special for us in Corpus, so thank y'all, that means a lot to us. All my family over here, the McMichaels, party table.
Yeah.
My cousin is marrying us tomorrow, and I couldn't be more excited, and thank you for everything you've done. I'm just really thankful, it means a lot. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's good right there. That was so cool. Thank y'all for saying the sweetest things, and I just can't love y'all enough. That was so special, and it means the world to me that y'all are here. John Henry's friends, y'all, love y'all so much, but having y'all here has been such a blast. Getting to know y'all has been such a blast. Getting to Houston and just seeing y'all through this whole process has been so great, and can't believe you put up with it for that long. So really impressed. Y'all's friendship, y'all are great friends to him, and I couldn't thank y'all more. And last but not least, my mom and dad have put on a really great show for tomorrow. I'm super pumped about it. Joe's gonna rock the house. I can't wait. And I'm just super grateful to have two sets of parents that are still together, that show us and are such a good example of what love is. And we just are so grateful, let me say that one more time, to have y'all. Thank you for everything that you've done. This has been a blast. I'm just trying to soak it all up. You're gonna soak up that bread.
Soak up that bread.
Ready to party, so thank you.
We lost Candy yesterday because we couldn't really are.
Wait, the baby's gonna get hard.
Oh, you cried all the time.
3, 2, 1, buddy. Come on.
It was awful at Michael's. I was like, grab something. Where are you gonna give it to her? Where's it going? Where's it going? On the face? Oh, on the face.
Oh.
That's
Yeah, we're the forehead crew. Who else wants some?